I told you guys I was going to make a video on some arm wrestling matchup potentials. I put up a lot of polls, so we're going to look at some comments and go through these. So Oleg Zhokh versus Varej on the left arm at 85 kilograms. I think Varej is really the only one who even would have a chance against Oleg in the same weight category, but still 81% of people think Oleg would win. This person says no one beats Oleg in his category. What a match. I think it needs to be set up. Yeah, other than that, I mean, there's some other good potential matchups with Oleg, such as Devin. Devin expressed potential interest. Aljan versus Oleg. 84% of people think Aljan would win. Almost 5,000 votes. Not even close, dude. It will be better to go Morozov versus David Dadekian. Yeah, that's another matchup that would be fantastic. Not even close. I think Aljan would even beat Prime Oleg before the accident. Wow, okay. Aljan versus Devin would be a great match. Yes, same with Oleg versus Devin. But yeah, Aljan versus Devin would be huge. Or David Dadekian versus Devin. Aljan beat Oleg. Oleg destroyed Onyani, and Onyani beat Zhokh comfortably, so not even close. So that definitely, people think Aljan is much stronger in that poll. Let's go to the next one here. Andre Smay versus Ryan Bowen. Ryan Bowen, obviously a lot more experienced arm wrestler, but just the overall power of Andre Smay is undeniable. Ridiculous overall power and strength. We know that Ryan is actually the #1 guy on earth. He just allows himself to struggle and sometimes lose, but I think Smay would be able to beat people who have beat Ryan, holding back, obviously. You'll never know if the results of this poll are serious. That is true. Anytime you put Ryan Bowen in a poll, I did put up a totally serious poll, Ryan Bowen versus Levon, and Ryan Bowen won that poll. So yeah, I mean, that's fair. We all know technique beats power, so no matter how ridiculously strong he is, Smay beats Bowen. Yeah, that's a close poll, 47 to 53. Let's go to the next one. Yoshi Kana versus Oleg Petrenko, 72% for Petrenko. But I think Yoshi's King's move, you can't count out that King's move, because if Oleg's hand gets completely gassed, I mean, we saw what happened when Devin pulled Oleg with an outside style, and Oleg's wrist completely went back, and then he was not the same. And even towards the end of that Nugo and Petrenko match in that last round, if you're watching, Nugo was almost like setting a King's move, and it was starting to get a little hairy for Oleg, just a little bit. But close match. What Yoshi did in Switzerland was remarkable, says this person. I think Yoshi's King's move could wear Petrenko out. Yeah, I think so too. It's definitely possible. But yeah, that could be, I think that's could be a close match, but who knows. Who would win on the left arm? Just out of curiosity, Prime Andre Pushkar and current Vitaly Laletin. Right arm is a better question. Left Vitaly easy. I don't think people are quick to forget Prime Pushkar's left arm shape was incredible. Rest in peace. But yeah, I was curious about that one. 78% think current Vitaly's left would win though. Schoolboy versus Jeff Dabe. Huge favorite for Schoolboy here. Wow. Dabe didn't use his max potential for arm wrestling, but he looks healthy and happy at least. Dabe is a senior citizen. His prime was in the 80s, LOL. You guys see that pic of Dabe going around social media from when he was a kid? His arms were always proportionately like that. Yeah, that's the condition, whatever his condition is. But yeah, I'm wondering what else would be a good match for Schoolboy. Brian Shaw. I don't know if Brian Shaw's ready for Schoolboy, but there could be some other good matchups. Definitely leave a comment in the description. This one, Devin versus Morozov, left arm. Devin expressed some interest in a match with Morozov, so I was curious about this. 70% think Devin would win. So we know Morozov had like a wrist injury. He had his surgery. He had like his whole wrist opened up and everything, but it seems like he's back to... he's not as skinny. It seems like he's back to training. I don't know how heavy, but from some of the pictures I've seen, it looks like he's gaining size again, so I'm not sure. Terminator, Morozov wins, says a couple people here. Morozov still hasn't fully recovered. Maybe not fully, but it looks like he's getting closer. He's looking like he's back to training heavy again. I love Devin, but Terminator is a phenom. So yeah, I think there's a couple more polls here. Let's go back. What do we got here? Auden versus Ryan Bowen, 74% for Ryan Bowen. Prime Cleve Dean versus Brian Shaw. That's understandable. 71% for Prime Cleve Dean. But, I mean, imagine seeing these two monsters at the table. That would be like, what was Prime Cleve Dean's weight? Like 500 pounds or something? That would be almost 1,000 pounds of two people on the table combined. That's insane. Prime Cleve Dean or Ryan Bowen. Yeah, Prime Cleve Dean winning that poll as well. I choose Cleve only because it's not Prime Ryan Bowen. Bowen with glasses on, if he takes them off, then let's Cleve use two hands and strap him to a tractor. So some interesting comments, some interesting polls. Which matchup are you most interested in, or what are some other ones you want to see? I'll definitely put up some polls. Leave a comment in the description and hit like and subscribe for more content, guys.